All right, back for another beer review, and today I'm reviewing yet another beer from the Other Half Brewing Company, and they're out of both Brooklyn and Rochester, New York, and this is their Multi-Chroma. So they're calling this an IPA that comes in at 6.3% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in the time of review. This can is approximately 1 month old. So recently, within the last 6 to 8 months, Other Half has started their Chroma series, which is a single hop IPA series, and here's something funny. I have not had any beers within the series, which is crazy because, I review so much Other Half, I drink so much Other Half that you would think I would have one of their Chroma series beers, and I haven't. So this is the first one in the series, but here's another funny little tidbit. This is not a single hop IPA. This is the first beer within their series that actually combines the hops. So they took 6 of their favorite hops from the series, which is Citra, Mosaic, Simcoe, Motueka, Nelson Sauvin, and Galaxy, and they threw it into this beer, and here we are. So yeah, funny. I'm reviewing a beer within their Chroma series, but it's not a single hop IPA, which is what the rest of the series is. I don't know. That's weird to me. Just saying. Anyway, let's crack this one open, put it into a glass. And ooh, almost had an issue with the can. It didn't almost crack open. So, oh yeah, it's pouring out like juice. So yeah, the pour is not great because the can didn't open properly, but whatever, we'll make do. Okay, so a little bit more of an aggressive pour. This has a really light yellow, milky yellow color to it. It has about a 2.5, 3 finger, creamy looking, bright white head. Again, the aggressive pour is to blame for that one. But yeah, turbid, murky, just looks very hazy, milky to a certain degree. Let's get a nose on it. Oh wow, the Motueka, Nelson, and Galaxy kind of shining in this one as opposed to the Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe, especially the nose. White grape, crushed pineapple, passion fruit. Gooseberry, white wine, like really white, like not super juicy, like tropical fruit for the most part, or like stone fruit. This is more akin to the aforementioned 3 hops. A little bit of herbaceousness, touch of dankness, grassiness as well. Yeah, if I was doing this blind, I would say there's definitely like a Nelson, Motueka kind of influence in this one. Not as much Galaxy, maybe a little bit of that crushed pineapple. But that's weird because you have those 6 hops, and like the Citra, Mosaic, and Simcoe to me are getting kind of lost. But it smells very vibrant. Even at around a month old, it's like very just vibrant and like a kind of intense in the nose. Slight, almost green astringency, a hop burn kind of in the nose as well still. It smells super fresh. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, for 6.3%, that's very nice. Body on this one, lower side of medium to medium body, 6.3% is kind of appropriate. It's a bit thinner than most Other Half beers, and to be honest with you, the Other Half beers that I typically drink, most of them are double IPAs, or they call them Imperial IPAs, that are usually 7.9% or higher. I don't drink a lot of sub 7.9 or sub 7.5% IPAs from Other Half because they just don't brew a lot. A lot of the single hop ones, or the non-double IPAs, are usually 6.5% to 6.3%, but they typically don't brew a ton of them, so it's fun to get your hands on one. Mouthfeel maybe is not as luscious as a lot of Other Half beers. This is like, it's soft, relatively smooth, not really creamy. There's a little bit more of a crispness to this one, a little bit more of an effervescent kind of feel. Has a bit more carbonation than I'm typically accustomed to when it comes to an Other Half beer. But it actually enhances the drinkability and enjoyability for me when it comes to this beer because it's 6.3%, and I want a little bit more of like a refreshing quality to it other than this like super soft and smooth and creamy kind of feel to it. So body and mouthfeel work for me quite well. When it comes to the taste, it's more of the Motueka and Nelson. Right up front, I'm hit with like a lot of white grape, candied pineapple, crushed pineapple, passion fruit, gooseberry. Pass through a palate, a little bit of like a stone fruit, like a peach and apricot thing hit. And the sweetness continues. It's omnipresent throughout the palate, but it's not super sweet. It's just noticeable. The herbaceous, dankness, grassy kind of component hits about 2/3 of the way through the palate, maybe 3/4 of the way through the palate, and 6 to the end. This finishes semi-dry with a slight residual sweetness and a light to moderate bitterness. Super easy to crush. Yeah, this is a good, like, sessionable IPA. It's not a session IPA. Most session IPAs are in the 4 to 5% range. This is just a good like regular IPA, or regular New England style IPA. Super easy to drink. The flavors aren't super complex, but what here is very vibrant and tasty. And yeah, I could crush a bunch of these. Yeah, really nice. Now I'm getting like a little bit of like a honeydew melon kind of lingering sweetness as well. Yeah, I like this one. I don't think it's mind-blowing, but for 6.3%, it's quite impressive. So I'm going to give Multi-Chroma from Other Half, give this a high 4.25 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.3 out of 5. I think it deserves it. To get in the 4 or 5 range, I'm not really sure what it would need for me personally. Maybe just a little bit more overall complexity, but I'll say this, for something that's 6.3% that has those 6 hops in it, it's really good. The one thing I will say about this one is they have the 6 hops in here, but I'm only getting pretty much half of them, at least as far as I know characteristics of each hop. I'm pretty much getting the Motueka and Nelson and Galaxy. The Citra, Mosaic and Simcoe might be just like, supporting characters in here, but for the most part, those last 3 hops are just like the last 3 hops that I mentioned that they use in here, pretty much is what's in my glass. As you can see, I'm crushing the crap out of this one. So yeah, 4.3 out of 5 for Multi-Chroma from Other Half. If you had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Price and availability. When we always talk about Other Half and availability, pretty much New York, they're doing a lot of mobile canning releases. If you live in a bigger city, Buffalo, Rochester, Albany, so on and so forth, certainly New York City, you'll see cans of this, mobile can releases. Maybe some bottle shops are able to bring some in and whatnot. Otherwise, brewery only. And as far as price, this one was $16 a 4-pack, one of the cheaper IPAs from Other Half. So you're talking $4 a can. Yeah, I'd pay that every single day for a beer of this quality. It's hard to find $16 4-packs of beers from some of these, more hyped and more popular New England style IPA producers like Other Half. So $16 a 4-pack for this is a great price. So yeah, I cannot stress how much of a value that is in this market for a beer like this. So once again, thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review. Till the next one. Cheers. Oh yeah, 6.3%, whatever. It's beer and it doesn't taste like a 6.3%, and that's okay with me. Cheers.